We have never seen this before. Alex Nedeljkovic with a Ned Trick. I'll tell you what that is. Cody Glass played his best game as a Pittsburgh Penguin last night, and the Penguins found a new quarterback for their power play unit that went ludicrous last night against the Buffalo Sabres. A lot to talk about here on this episode of Penguins Digest. Nedeljkovic, Cody Glass, Matt Grzelcyk. We got a lot to talk about. So let's jump right into it. But first, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, Penguins Digest. You guys have been blowing this thing up lately. Continue to do that for me, please. I genuinely appreciate each and every one of you hitting the subscribe button. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of January. So hit that sub button and you will not be disappointed. We will continue to provide daily Pittsburgh Penguins content, including the game last night, a victory over the Buffalo Sabres, and the Penguins have gotten back on track, we hope, playing the Washington Capitals tonight. But let's talk about what happened last night, because Alex Nedeljkovic made history. It is called a Ned Trick, ladies and gentlemen. He has never done this. No goalie has ever done this in NHL history. A goal, an assist, and 40 saves for Alex Nedeljkovic, the greatest game for a goalie I can remember in maybe ever. So Nedeljkovic already had 40 saves, 39 and then 40 in the last minute of play after he scored that goalie goal. But he also had a really cool assist in the game last night. So that is 3 different accomplishments, which makes a Ned Trick. That's what the ladies and gentlemen are calling it these days. What is a Ned Trick, you may ask? It is a goal, an assist, and 40 saves. Nedeljkovic got a goalie goal, which is something that rarely happens in the National Hockey League. I believe he's the 16th goaltender to do so. But it's not just the goalie goal that's impressive. It's the 40 saves that Alex Nedeljkovic got last night. This guy had one of the best games, if not the best game we have seen by a Penguins goalie all season, and definitely the best game of his NHL career. To score a goal in the NHL, I mean, the guy was ecstatic. He was jumping into the bench. I mean, he was so excited to put that puck in the back of the net to cap off an incredible evening. Not long after he gave up the second goal of the night, the Sabres outshot the Penguins by a lot last night, but the Penguins had these quality scoring chances, and the Sabres were not afraid to block shots, so it could be a little bit deceiving when you look at the shots on goal, because the Penguins actually did play very well last night in that game. Despite allowing 40 shots on goal, they were able to get the victory because of Alex Nedeljkovic being Superman last night. He did everything that the team asked him to do, and he was the main reason why they were able to get the job done. First star of the game, even before he got the goalie goal, in my opinion. Let's see what Mike Sullivan had to say about this accomplishment by Nedeljkovic. Obviously, one of the strengths of Ned's game is his ability to play the puck. I think he scored in every league now. That means ECHL, AHL, and NHL. The guys were joking with him just now, saying he was missing the fight for the Gordie Howe hat trick. So the players in the locker room joking around with Nedeljkovic, it really tells you what type of identity this team wants to have moving forward. They are a better team without Tristan Jarry, and this is just more proof. This is a closely knit group of players, and Alex Nedeljkovic is a beloved teammate by everybody in that locker room, and he's obviously super excited to get that goalie goal. Maybe I pushed it a little too far, jumping into the bench there, but it's my first NHL goal. What did you expect? And that's exactly what I expected from Nedeljkovic, getting absolutely stoked after scoring that goal. He works on that type of thing. He's been working on that since the beginning of the season. They asked him about this in October. So this is something that Alex Nedeljkovic prides himself on. He scored the AHL goal 2 years ago or last year, and he is just an incredible puck-handling goaltender. We saw Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen try to handle the puck a little bit last night as well. Penguins forcing him to handle the puck by getting pucks deep and getting in after it. That's really the recipe to success, is really maintaining possession in the offensive zone, taking the pressure off Ned. And when the Sabres got in our end, they were just ripping shots. I mean, Tage Thompson must have had 8 shots on goal last night. They were ripping every single puck on net as soon as they got into our end, whereas the Penguins were trying to settle things down, be patient, wait for their shooting lanes, wait for opportunities, and they took advantage of every single one of those opportunities. And a guy that capitalized on an opportunity last night that I was really proud of is Cody Glass. Yins can chill out about Cody Glass. The dude can play. And I am tired of all the criticism on Cody Glass, talk about how he is not good enough to be on this team, how he has not been the player that we needed him to be, the first-round pick that he was drafted as from the Vegas Golden Knights. We traded for him for a reason. Kyle Dubas sees something in this guy, and he is primarily a defensive player. He is a very good player on the defensive end of the ice, and when he gets to score a goal to reward himself for all of his hard work, I am all for it, because if you look at his numbers, they don't blow you away. They're not supposed to blow you away. He is a role player. He was playing on the fourth line last night, and he had 2 points, a goal, an assist. He has 11 points now on the season. Plus minus is -10, but his expected plus minus is plus 2.6. So the advanced metrics will tell you that Cody Glass is a plus player. 6'3", 25 years old, almost 26, still a young player, still improving his game, developing as time goes on. This is a great hockey player. I'm excited that he is on our roster. I like Cody Glass a lot, and I want to see how this guy develops his game moving forward. A goal and an assist, just his second goal of the season. He actually got probably the best assist I've seen him have all season as well. A nice stretch pass to Anthony Beauvillier, who converted on a breakaway. It was a beautiful pass by Cody Glass, stretching the floor, stretching the ice, getting it to the opposing blue line. That is the definition of a stretch pass. Pinpoint accuracy from Cody Glass, putting it right on the tape for Beauvillier, who beat the defender around the outside, and with the defender draped on him, he went right over the shoulder of the goaltender Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen to get the Penguins their third goal of the game. Sorry, their second goal of the game. Cody Glass scored the third goal of the game. Back to back. I mean, that third period was absolutely nuts by the Penguins. Sorry, the second period was absolutely nuts, but oh my gosh, did they put on a clinic at the beginning of periods, the beginning of the second, the beginning of the third. They came out like a horse ready for a horse race at the Kentucky Derby. I mean, they just shot out of the chute and were ready to go. Both periods, the first 2 minutes, the Penguins just did not waste any time, did not hesitate, and just started throwing haymakers immediately. And Cody Glass, what did he have to say? Well, he said, I felt like I've been doing a really good job playing defensively, playing that kind of role. So to get rewarded at the other end is a good feeling. That's a confidence boost for the young kid, Cody Glass. He's been playing his butt off lately for the Penguins, and he finally gets rewarded with his second goal of the season. He should have a lot more. You know, he's getting to those areas, just like I said about Drew O'Connor before he started breaking free, scoring a bunch of goals. These guys are getting to the areas they need to get to and taking shots, and there are people still criticizing both of those guys right now. But I want to keep Cody Glass. I want to keep Drew O'Connor. These are guys that are going to help this team moving forward. They're still young. They got a lot of developing to do. They're getting towards the prime of their career. We're going to see what they're really made of, and Cody Glass showed us just a little glimpse of that last night. As we look at the lines, Cody Glass is playing on the fourth line. He's not even getting that much ice time right now, but he is making the most of an opportunity that he is given. He was playing on a line with Evgeni Malkin whenever Anthony Beauvillier was out of the lineup and Philip Tomasino was on IR. Now that we're getting all our guys back, he's playing on the fourth line, and he's still dominating. He's still putting up numbers. He's doing everything that is asked of him. He's killing penalties. He's playing the defensive zone. He's taking these important faceoffs, and he's scoring goals too. I mean, this guy is a weapon on both sides of the ice. He plays a 200-foot game. You've got to respect Cody Glass, man. I'm tired of all the hate for Cody Glass. This is the guy I want on this team desperately. He is so fun to watch, and I love watching him develop and continue to get better as the season goes on. Dubas saw something in him, and I see the same thing in Cody Glass, man. I love watching this dude play. He reminds me of Jordan Staal just a little bit. I'd love to see him on that third line, second line center. That's the role that he was born to play, and obviously when he played that role, he did a really good job. But then Kevin Hayes, man, he's been great lately too. So he's playing on that third line. They move Glass down to the fourth line, and Blake Lizotte goes to the wing, which I like him as a center as well, but Lizotte's going to do what you tell him to do. That guy's awesome as well. Love the players on his team and the depth roles that we have, and I'm hoping that Dubas doesn't trade them away. As we talk about the power play, this is the last thing we got to talk about today. The power play caught fire last night against Buffalo. That was the kind of game you need to get that confidence boost moving forward, especially when you're about to play a team like the Washington Capitals that had a ridiculous penalty kill. A top 5 power play versus a top 5 penalty kill. It's going to be a heck of a match against the Capitals tonight. We beat them last time that we played them. I loved watching that game because that was one of the best games I saw the Penguins play this season. And now that Ovechkin's back, we get another saga, another chapter in the Ovechkin-Crosby rivalry, which we don't know how many more matchups we're going to get between these guys. So we're going to enjoy it while it is here and continue to treasure watching these two guys, generational talents, go at it. The playoff series that they've shared over the years, Penguins, Capitals, when they were both dominant, both teams have won Stanley Cups. I mean, this is just a fun rivalry. And every time we play the Capitals, it's just a great game to watch. They're playing outstanding all season long. They have been dominant this year, have the Washington Capitals. So it's worth mentioning that they are at the top of the Metropolitan Division and the Penguins are on the outside looking in. Two places you didn't expect these teams to be at this point in the season, but that's where we're at as we look at last night's game cap. And this is going to tell you everything you need to know about the power play, because that's what we're really breaking down right now is the power play. Who has been playing the most minutes on the power play? Well, this graphic will tell you who's playing the most minutes on the power play. Look at the power play time on ice. Right under the time on ice heading at the top of that board, it says PPTOI. That's power play time on ice. Look at the guys getting the minutes on the power play last night. You got Michael Bunting, you got Sidney Crosby, you got Ricard Raquel, you got Matt Grzelcyk, and you got Brian Rust. That's your power play unit right there for the Penguins. That is your number one unit, your 1A unit. No, it's not Erik Karlsson. It's Matt Grzelcyk leading the power play for the Penguins. 2 assists again last night. He now set a career high in assists in a single season here in his first season with Pittsburgh. Coming over from the Boston Bruins, where he was that second defenseman, that alpha first-line defenseman alongside Charlie McAvoy in Boston, and now he is playing in a second and third-line defensive role here in Pittsburgh. Right now, he's doing everything we asked him to do, and playing quarterback on our power play unit is a big job, especially with Kris Letang out of the lineup, but Letang should be fine. We'll let you know if anything comes of that, but right now, Matt Grzelcyk is the power play quarterback, and he is doing a great job distributing the puck and setting up the offense in the offensive zone when we desperately need it on the power play. Our power play scored 3 goals last night, guys. 3 goals on 4 attempts. It was a big night for the power play, and I loved watching the Pittsburgh Penguins power play last night. That power play was beautiful, and yeah, we took advantage of that, guys. We really took advantage of that. I talked about it in the video yesterday, how special teams is going to be a key, because the Penguins did hold an advantage over Buffalo in that spot, and they were able to get right back to it and get hot on the power play, something that they need to keep working going into tonight. I already mentioned exactly why that is the case. It's because the Washington Capitals penalty kill is ridiculous. Their penalty kill is 3rd in the NHL. 83.9% is their penalty kill on the season. The Penguins power play is 4th best in the NHL at 27%, and they lead the league in power play goals since November 30th. So they have been on fire, other than that lull that we experienced before this game, between this game and the last game where they were scoring those power play goals. It's been a little bit, but now we're starting to get it working again. We're finding a lineup that works, a combination that works, a starting 5 that actually meshes together and plays really well. And we saw that domination last night against Buffalo. That is what we need tonight if we're going to beat the Washington Capitals. And you see the game day preview, 7:00 p.m. tonight. Penguins, Capitals, the first place team in the Metropolitan Division versus a team that's trying to fight their way back into a playoff spot. We love our Pittsburgh Penguins. We love this team so much, and we want to see them win games. They finally broke through, getting their 2nd win of 2025 last night against Buffalo. Hopefully, that's a confidence boost for this road trip, because they're going to have some tougher tasks coming up, including tonight against Washington. Buffalo might have been the easiest game they're going to play on this road trip, so it was a big win for the Pens, but there's a lot more to look forward to over the coming weeks as they stay on the road, playing Washington. We got to go to LA. We got to go to San Jose, Anaheim, Utah. I mean, it's going to be a stretch, and we're going to cover every single bit of it here on Penguins Digest. I can promise you that. So let's recap real quick. Alex Nedeljkovic made history last night. A goalie goal and 40 saves for the Penguins' new starting netminder. We'll see what Yoel Blomqvist can do in the net tonight against Washington. A hot team. And Mike Sullivan went with the hot hand Nedeljkovic in yesterday's game against Buffalo, and then goes with the rookie Yoel Blomqvist against the number 1 team in the Eastern Conference. So it's going to be a little bit of a test for Blomqvist tonight to see if he's ready for this 1B role that he's going to be playing behind Nedeljkovic. And then Matt Grzelcyk, man, what a game by him. Cody Glass showing what he's made of last night against the Sabres. Big reason why the Penguins were able to come out on top in a big streak-snapping victory over the Atlantic Division Buffalo Sabres. Penguins 2-0 against Buffalo this season. Let's go 2-0 against Washington as well. Thank you so much for watching this episode, and we'll see you on the next episode recapping Penguins Capitals taking place tonight at 7 p.m. Hopefully we got more good news tomorrow here on Penguins Digest. Hit that subscribe button, continue to press that button, and we'll keep you up to date on the latest Pittsburgh Penguins news, rumors, content, analysis, updates, injuries, literally anything relating to the Pittsburgh Penguins. Let's go Pens, and we'll see you on the next episode of Penguins Digest.